Hey there, I just wanted to let you know that I have a new course launching August 24th. It's called The Product Pathway: Design and Start Your Profitable Product Business. The Product Pathway is a 6-week online course for aspiring productpreneurs who are struggling with moving forward on their product business idea. It's designed to take you from idea or no idea to a validated product concept and profitable plan. Whether the product be in nutrition, printables, beauty, apparel, or other, my proven process will help you. This course is for you if you have a product idea, but you're not sure where to start. You don't yet have a product idea, but you've always thought of launching a product. You have an offline business, such as a retail store, and you want to launch a product to expand your business. Or you have an online service-based business and want to offer products to further serve your clients. The product pathway includes 6 modules of video training plus worksheets, 6 weekly 1-hour online meetings to ask questions and learn from others, a Facebook group for feedback, support, and accountability, and 1 complimentary 1-hour private coaching call with me during the 6 weeks to ask any specific questions. So this is huge value. It's way more than just a course. It's a course plus the group coaching that will be sure to get you well on your way to launching your product. To sign up, head on over to NicoleDeLarzac.com and feel free to book a discovery call with me, or you can go to the show notes and it'll send you directly to the course page where you can learn more and sign up there. Thanks so much. Hope to see you there. Welcome to the Productpreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Nicole DeLarzac, product development and marketing coach and mom of 3. Learn from and get inspired by women entrepreneurs killing it in the product space. Each episode, we will share the latest trends, proven strategies, and inside secrets of the product world, all designed to give you greater confidence to create your own success through a product venture. Let's do this. Hey there, I hope you're having a great day and week. I am coming to you today from my house, and I'm happy to say that I have an empty house, which I know sounds strange to say, but I rarely have this. I usually have to sneak off to one room in my house and try to record a podcast without getting interrupted. So I know you moms out there will relate to this, but everybody's out of the house today, so I had to jump on this and record a couple of episodes because this is a very rare occurrence. So I'm very proud of that today. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you today about nailing your product idea. We had a masterclass this week and it was super interesting and great. I was so happy for all the people who came out. And by the way, if you did miss it, you can still hear the replay if you just go to my website, NicoleDeLarzac.com, and sign up for emails and you'll get the replay. Anyway, we talked about nailing your product idea. And one thing that I find is one of the barriers is that people are not confident in their product idea. They're not sure if it's going to succeed and also if it's worth spending their time and money on. It's very important that before you jump into investing tons of time and money creating it, that you make sure that it's going to be successful and you've done your research. Because we know that approximately 80% of new products fail, and you want to make sure that your product is one of the 20%. So it's so important to do your homework before launching a new product to ensure that you'll have a profitable venture. But don't fret, I've got your back. So I'm going to give you 10 tips to nailing your product idea. So tip number 1, does it solve a problem? For me, this is the most important aspect of a new product idea. Does it solve a problem that your target market is facing in their everyday life? And is it solving a pain point that causes them frustration, costing them negative emotion, time, or money? And if the answer is yes, then you're on the right track. Now, I'll give you an example here. When I was working at Kraft Foods and we were launching Delissio Pizza, we were set out to solve a problem. So the problem was that consumers were facing was that when they go to the frozen aisle in the frozen section of the grocery store, there were no good options for frozen pizza. They all tasted like cardboard. I don't know if you remember those days, but they tasted pretty gross. And so the only good option for for a homemade pizza was a delivery pizza. And so we set out to launch a product that would taste as fresh as delivery pizza, but as convenient as just coming right out of your own oven. And so we came up with Delissio Pizza, and it revolutionized frozen pizza forever. Basically, it took share from restaurant and from delivery pizza, and people could actually go to their frozen aisle and get their own pizza and make it at home. So it was amazing. And now the frozen pizza category is changed forever because of that launch. And really what it did is it solved a problem. A problem that people were facing was that they wanted to make homemade fresh pizza and make it conveniently in their own home, and there was nothing like it. So that's just an example. And so if you could think of your product and ask yourself, does it truly solve a problem that people are facing? Now, number 2, does it fulfill an unmet need? Does it fulfill an unmet need in the market, otherwise known as a white space? So in other words, is there no other product like it that already exists? And does it have a unique selling proposition that differentiates it from other products of its kind? So maybe the product is not so unique and there's other products like it, but how is this product that you're developing different from others? Because if it's just a copycat and it's just going to be, say, cheaper than others or whatever it is, it's not different and unique enough to survive. An amazing example of this is Sarah Blakely's Spanx. So Sarah Blakely, as you probably have heard of her, she created Spanx, which are underwear that for women that don't show up, like the lines don't show up underneath their skirt or their pants or whatever. Her problem that she was solving is that, when a woman would wear these tight pants or skirts or whatever, you could always see the underwear, and there was nothing like it out there. So there really wasn't anything, like there were no options for women to hide those lines. And so she created this product out of just taking nylon fabric, taking her pantyhose and putting together this prototype. And she created this product, Spanx, and now she's a self-made billionaire. So that's pretty amazing. And she did it because she thought of something that nobody else thought of. So again, ensure that your product is unique and hopefully it fulfills a white space out there. Thirdly, does your product have longevity? So look for trends to understand if your product is on or off trend. For example, if you were to come up with an idea for a new camera, but camera purchases, as we all know, are on the decline, as most people are using iPhones, well, you might want to question the longevity of your idea, unless it's something super special or whatever. But if you came up with a new plastic-free product that helps the environment, coinciding with long-term trends of increased consumer concerns about plastic, then you'd be on the right track. Another point here is just be careful, because some products might seem like long-term trends and they're actually fads that just come and go. Now, number 4, is it ownable? Is the product easily copied? So when creating a product, it's ideal to own the formula or design. And if you're a small business, you'll most likely hire a co-manufacturer to produce the product for you. In any case, try to ensure that you own the formula or design and that you're protected by a patent, if that's applicable to you. If the manufacturer owns the formula or design, then you risk not being able to change manufacturers, or you risk the manufacturer using them for other customers. So that's super important, and you want to make sure that your idea is ownable. Next, is it feasible to develop and produce? So ideas are fun, but costs do play a role. At the end of the day, you have to be profitable. So consider the cost of developing the formulas or designs, as well as the cost of the physical products to produce. Then consider what the end user is willing to pay for the product, and make sure that there's plenty of potential for a healthy margin. Now, I'm going to give you an extreme example of this, but say you wanted to develop a new airplane, okay? And that was fuel efficient, and you had these great ideas. But really, is that going to be feasible for you at this stage? It might be feasible for someone like Elon Musk, who's a billionaire, but if you're just developing your first product or a new product, think about what you can potentially do and possibly not do. And then number 6, how scalable is it? Can you visualize your idea scaling to something even bigger? Is there a potential for line extensions or adjacent products? And can you see it being scaled to other markets or customers? Also, is there an opportunity for repeat purchases? For example, if it's a consumable product and people keep reordering, like in the case of skincare or beauty products. And it might be a one-hit wonder or really scalable opportunity. So if you want to seek investors, they'll want to see growth potential to ensure that their investment will pay off. You want to make sure that whatever you're doing, that eventually you're not the one always making the product and trading your time for money. You want to be able to scale your business. So, for example, if you're a maker, how can you take your product, develop a certain method of making your product, and then eventually hire other people to make the same thing? And I know a business and a client of mine actually does this very well. She started out with one line of products and she made them herself and eventually hired people to make that product. And then she took her products and she expanded her line into adjacent products. And she doesn't necessarily make all the products. She also buys from other makers and manufacturers other products that are within her niche. And so she's got a huge line of products under her brand that fit with her brand that she doesn't necessarily always need to make. So think about that. Think about how scalable it is. Think about whether you can get repeat purchases. Consumable products are great for that. Also, subscription items are amazing for that as well. Number 7, how large is the market? You might have the best idea in the world, but if the market size is tiny, then you're not going to scale. I know that they say that the riches are in the niches, but you also still need to have enough demand. Now, number 8, have you tested it with your target market? This one is so important. Okay, I'm going to stress this one. Please test it. Please get feedback before you actually launch. Do you have any consumer feedback indicating that consumers need or want the product and are willing to pay for it? If you don't skip this step. Try to avoid asking friends and family and rather ask your true target market if you can. Consumer testing is so important at the idea and the concept stage of your product development because you want to make sure that whatever time or money you're spending on this, you're actually going to get the results from it. And you want to look for measures like uniqueness, willing to purchase, and whether they would promote it. And if you already have a business, are your existing customers asking for the product? That is a true sign that you already have a market for it. So that is amazing. Now, I'll give you an example of a client of mine. She was actually on the podcast before, and she was developing a line of maternity underwear. And she wasn't sure whether or not to make it disposable or washable. And she had a pretty good feeling about which it should be, but she still wasn't sure because it seemed like all of the competitors out there were creating washable versions, and she wasn't sure if she was going on the right track. And what she found out after testing is that, yeah, she was going on the right track, that her idea of a disposable version of this is the right one, and it's the one that consumers want. So if she had gone the other route, what her competitors were doing, then she could have wasted her time and money on an idea that wouldn't necessarily have demand and potentially wouldn't work. Number 9, do you have unique skills or expertise? Do you have unique expertise that allows you to create or market this product better than others? For example, say you're a service-based business and you have specific skills or expertise that give you the ability to, say, for example, develop your own planner or journal. Well, your customers are already asking for it, most likely, and you're probably best suited to offer a product to meet their requirements rather than sort of recommending them to another journal that they may have. So do you have any unique skills or expertise that allows you to develop a product? And number 10, are you passionate about the idea? This is very, very important. It's going to take hard work, perseverance, and resourcefulness to succeed. And if you're motivated just by profits alone, you won't get through the tough times. So if your business is built on a passion, or better yet, a bigger mission larger than yourself, you'll be even more committed to your product idea. So now that you've got these 10 tips to nailing your product idea, be sure to check your ideas against them and see how well they perform. good luck with this. I hope this is helpful. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this episode. And if you have any questions about developing a product idea or bringing your idea to fruition, please send me a message. You can DM me through my social media account, Nicole Delarzak, or send me an email at nicole@nicoledelarzak.com. Thanks again.
Thank you for listening to the Productpreneur Podcast. If you loved this episode, we'd be so grateful if you could take a sec to subscribe, share it, and review it on Apple Podcasts. Your review will help more women build their own dream product business. By the way, if you have any feedback, comments, or questions, email me at info@nicoledelarzak.com. Until next time, keep dreaming up those product ideas.